Storytellers, Chill here, back from, Boxland, I guess.
I am the box goose!
I cannot wait until I'm employed, or make enough money off of these to, there's no possible way. But welcome to a brand new video, and welcome back. It's been a while since I've said this, to the reaction zone. So far on the channel, you guys have really enjoyed the watching and ranking videos, whether it was the X-Men movies, or Super Sentai, or Kamen Rider, or Ultraman, or Kamen Rider again. And while I do love watching Toku, and I have some more movie watching and rankings coming up, I wanted to actually watch some different openings today. Openings for a show that, full transparency, I enjoyed growing up, but I never really got into, and that is the superhero adjacent Ben 10 by Man of Action. If you're watching this video, I don't need to explain what Ben 10 is. You understand the concept. A kid of a watch turns into 10 different aliens, and honestly, that's all I can really explain. I don't know much. It used to come on all the time when I was a kid in the early 2000s, so I've seen a bunch of episodes, but I've never really sat down and really break it down and really analyze it and really enjoy the meat and potatoes of it. And what better way to do this than with the openings? Because while there aren't as many as Super Sentai or Kamen Rider or Ultraman, I think musically, we can learn a lot from it. And right here I have the tier list with featuring every single Ben 10 opening, including ones for specials and movies. So without further ado, let's stop wasting your time and let's jump right into this. Play the intro. Yep. What it did, we all know this. And already we are hearing some of the beginnings of it. That instrument, what you're hearing, the sort of sound that makes it go woo, woo, that is a theremin, right? It's an instrument that you do not play with buttons or whatever, you play with your hands. I think it's based on frequencies. I don't know the science of it exactly, but it's a really cool instrument. I actually have played a theremin, not in a band or in a group or for a song, but at a museum. They had a theremin display, and you could freely go to it, and I went to it, and I messed around with it for, I want to say, like 7 minutes. It was really addicting. It's not intuitive because there aren't any buttons, so you don't really know what to do when you first get there, but I could totally understand how someone would, really get into it and really figure out how to use it the more you use it. So the sound of the theremin, creates this sort of wavy frequency, almost sounding like a distant whistle, right? So it's using the theremin, but why is it using the theremin? Well, that sounds alienish, right? The sort of like in this song, it does transition into the rock part of it, but those first 3 notes sound very alien to us. They sound like alien movies, like Space Invader movies, like classic B movies. Why is that? Well, for this video, I actually did some research. Surprising. The first time a theremin was used for this alien creepy sound was in the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. Again, for a movie that came out in the 50s and 60s, there were not tons of alien films, alien media with music to take from. Hell, we were still figuring out the musical language of what space sounded like, of what aliens sounded like, so this was a big milestone, and hence why it is used and recognized to this day. Here we actually have a small clip of, how it sounds in the context of the film. Already, sounds like descending. And shaking the vibrato, it makes it feel tense, or like, I don't really know what's going on. It makes you confused, right? It is alien to you. Right? And using these ARPs that it sounds almost exploratory, it sounds adventurous, right? You hear a lot of these arpeggios in films by Steven Spielberg, right? A lot of these or even slower moments like Jurassic Park, like sort of a is this much slower ARP, right? So here it is faster, it is more tense, it gets your heart moving, again, making you feel that tension. Got his hand up, he's ready to do something. Yep. Focus on it, because you hear piano, you hear string, but you hear a third instrument that at the time, you have no idea what that is. It sounds nothing like anything else, and it's strange, and it's making you uncomfortable. But that small tangent is something I really want to emphasize, right? Because I want to see, will we continue to hear this sound? How will it develop? Because already you hear this in the first few seconds, even if you don't know Ben 10, even if it's 2005 and you never heard of this show, you hear and you think aliens. And then it hooks you in with the rock. Let's get back to it though. And it's probably not a real theremin because it's probably a synth. Yep, even the synths. Listen. Yep. Using vocal, like electronic vocals. It's mixing electronics and rock in a way that isn't typical. Oh, I never even noticed this. They're having to sort of do a solo. Oh, a riser. And classic. That's absolutely classic. It's not, game changing. It's not, mind-blowing, but it's classic, it's good, and it's using a lot of musical elements that shows that they had a lot of care and a lot of purpose in this. And you know what? I really like that. So I'm going to say the Ben 10 opening, the very first one, we're going to give it an A. We're going to give it an A, right? Musically, it's doing a whole lot, and it's very, very creative. I'm honestly a bit worried, right? Because when it came to Sentai, when it came to Toku, when it came to Kamen Rider, there was a lot of options. So, if I ranked something high first, I was sure, it would fluctuate eventually. Here, there aren't that many, though, so I'm a bit worried to see if the openings get better or not. But we're going to keep in mind some of these alien sounds, and we're going to keep in mind, what it does for the narrative, what it communicates. And even some of these, I know nothing about, right? I think I've watched episodes of the classic series Alien Force, Ultimate Alien. I think I watched a few episodes of Omniverse when it originally aired, and then I've watched nothing else. So we're going to figure some stuff out. But that first one is an A. Let's keep going. Oh, the same song. Okay. Let's see if there's a difference, or if it's visual. Even the vocals being this high, it sounds almost like a high-pitched alien, but also is that Ben singing? This is also just really good, like ignoring all the alien sounds. Dun, 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 dun. Like it's keeping you in a groove. It's chill. Oh, I think there's visual change. I'm seeing new aliens. And I love the riser and the fact that the theremin is doing a solo. That's so fun. Damn. This is hard. I don't know if they showed those clips last time. That was tough. That was clearly the same song, so we're not going to rate it differently. That would be weird. But it's still good. Ben looks crazy here, by the way. I just want to acknowledge his face. He looks nuts. But that was good. Obviously, still an A. I think now is when we're going to start getting into the new songs, and we're going to start, paying attention to the differences and how it maybe improves or doesn't upon this one. Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix, 2007. This is the TV movie. I do know this. I know things about Ben 10. I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna lie. I think I don't know nothing. But I'm no expert. Nope. You hear orchestral, and you hear some theremin still. They're keeping the alien. But you hear that, they're going, that is the basic melody, right? It started when an alien device did what it did. Sort of bring it there and making it more dramatic. And they're still keeping the theremin, which I love. I love that. I might have to run that back. Is that it? We're running that back. Yeah, let's go. Hear the build of the orchestra. And then the theremin comes in. Ooh, like it's making you confused. It's setting that tension. I want to hear a theremin. The theremin comes in there in this. Oh, you're sort of like ad-libs, right? A secondary, a call and response. Ooh, okay. That's so interesting. Secret of the Omnitrix. So the question here is, where are we going to put it relative to the first one? It's not better than the first one. It is the same thing, but it is using it for a movie, obviously, right? So it's making it orchestral because we associate orchestras with movies because orchestras are a higher budget and, you know, movies use orchestras, TV uses what they can get. And that's not true to every TV show, but that's what we assume musically with our ears. So I'm going to say this is a B. It's not bad at all. But again, it's just a retake on that original song. Not doing anything too crazy, right? Keeping it simple, keeping it slow, keeping it steady. They could have done something insane, like done a full orchestral remix of it, but they didn't want to, and that's not what they were trying to do. It was like 7 seconds long. So, gonna give it a B. Not bad at all, though. Not bad at all. Let's keep going. Race Against Time, 2007. Ooh. Hold up. No. We're gonna hear that again because the way they led into that is really important. Hear it. The feedback, like they just plugged in, that emphasizes the grunge, the punkness, the roughness, and even the... Oh, shit. Okay. I do vaguely remember this. I don't think I've heard it in over a decade, but I do remember this, the rock remix. And this is very popular for a lot of things. I've done this in my own videos. In my Paging Spider-Man Brand New Day video, which you can watch right now, by the way, I use rock remixes of several Spider-Man themes, mostly to avoid copyright. But here, they're doing it to emphasize it is intense, it's getting real, it's getting action-packed, right? Because that's what we associate with rock, especially in the early 2000s. This is like 2007, so this is like peak Panic, peak Fall Out Boy, you know, peak My Chemical Romance. This is peak pop punk, and it's keeping that with the very steady drum beat where the snare is on like every other beat, right? Instead of, you know, like a typical song where it's maybe just on the 3 or just on the 2 or whatever, and even like, you know, the rock stuff and making the song a bit faster. Now I will say I'm not a fan of the vocals. The vocals sound very strenuous. It sounds like a bunch of grown dudes, which I think the original song worked so well because it sounded like a young woman or a little boy. And it kept that high-pitched energy that sort of, you know, made you think aliens. Because when we think of aliens, we think of, you know, talking like this, like, take me to your leader. Very nice, very evil. And here it's sort of like, oh, we're dudes. And, you know, I guess it works because the rockness also brings it down to earth. But I think it takes away from what made that original song so good. We're gonna keep listening, and I want to hear first if they how they translate the theremin parts to it, because if they take it away completely, I don't think that's that interesting. But let's keep going. Let's just go back a few seconds. Race Against Time. Oh, there's a guitar doing the theremin part, kinda. Yeah, the vocals sound strenuous. Fading. Like, come on. It's like it's coming from his throat, which works for some songs. This is probably very cool for kids, right? So it definitely works for a target audience. Definitely works for their audience, right? I think listening to this as a kid, you're like, oh, I feel adult, I feel grown up. But, you know, I think musically, it loses some things with that. And you know, this is definitely like a marketing move, right? Choosing pop punk to represent your alien show is obviously a marketing move, but it's a show made for little boys. And I think at this point, Ben 10 might have been Cartoon Network's most successful property at the time. like in 2007. So Powerpuff Girls might have just recently stopped airing, and that was easily their most popular property before that. So debatably, well, not really. But Ben 10 is like the spin-off king. And you can compete with other stuff. Point is, this was good. At first, I was like, the rock elements really add to the song. They really add to what's going on. They really add to it. I'm gonna say it's A, because I love the rock remix, and we rarely see that literally happening in media. I think we see this a lot from fandom. People do rock remixes, but this is literally coming from the show itself, or the movie, I guess. So yeah, it's gonna be an A, but that's not as cool as the original. That original one was really good. It used the theremin really well. I did a whole research on the theremin for this because I knew it would have it in there. And then them translating the theremin part 2 guitar is cool. I think it would have been more interesting if they just added a theremin and see if they could mix it in. Because it's not like, because the original song was also pop punk ish, but I guess it was leaning more towards like dun 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 instead of like I'm making not a single lick of sense. But that was all right. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, Alien Force. I do remember watching this one on TV a lot. Hola. I don't know if you guys are noticing this. I think they're doing the original theme song. I'm like, am I tripping? Hold up. Kind of. It's a bit. Listen. It started with alien device. It what it did. The secrets that it hid. Like, see? It's going to that. That's interesting. Wait a minute. I actually think that's really, really cool. Okay. That is so interesting. That's dope. That's dope. Keeping a tie to the original series. I'm not going to lie. I've seen this show, so I recognize this intro. I never thought of it as like taking the original intro and sort of remixing it, retooling it. I always just imagined it as like this, honestly, very generic song. And it sounds pretty generic, right? So if we, has build up. So it gets you excited. It's like, oh shit's getting real. And it's keeping the orchestral part. Because we got to this point with Secret of the Omnitrix, I don't think they don't want to go back. No theremin though. Musically, this is kind of boring, like instrument-wise. Oh. That's cool. That's cool. Instrument-wise, not really interesting though, right? I can see what they're doing. They're trying to compete with Justice League Unlimited and JLA. I guess it's called Justice League. And these other superhero shows at the time in the late 2000s, early 2010s that only had the most boring instruments and where the intros got progressively shorter and shorter. Young Justice fans, you know what I'm talking about. They started, I don't know what they were doing after season 2, honestly. But instrument-wise, it's not really interesting, right? We came from theremin and guitar and an interesting fusion of alien sounds and rock to connect with the kids. And Ben becomes an adult here, or an older child, a teenager. And we just go to like French horn and trombone and violin and bass. And yes, we're using the notes and we're using the familiar musical elements of that original theme song, but we're keeping none of the instrumentality. And honestly, guys, I don't want to. Oh, that's not the right tier list. That's for stream. I'll just cut that out of the video. And guys, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be a C. I'm sorry, right? And that's no diss to the seasoned Alien Force. This is. From what I remember, I really liked it. From when I watched it, I haven't like seen it for real in a very long time. So it's probably good, right? Probably really good. People love Ben 10. But this musically, this is not really doing it. Did we hit the peak with the first opening? Is that what we're gonna see tonight? I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Okay. It's the same song. The visuals are fun too. And the lack of lyrics too. I think the lyrics really made it feel like an adventure. And I do get the idea of like, this is maturity, so it's like a film now and it's no longer like a kid's show. Works, I guess, when you're a kid and you're watching Ben 10. But, I don't know. Not for me. Again, still see. Ben 10 Alien Swarm. Oh, this is the second live action movie sequel to the first one. Cowbell? Wait a minute. Oh shit! This is intense. A driving car. Zero saturation. The green's not even really green. They're like, this is for adults. This is for grown fucking men. I mean, it's a kid show. Yeah, this movie looks ugly. This movie looks really ugly. Is that it? Okay, so that was, wow. So, it got me at first. Then I don't know what the fuck they started doing. That shit was worse. That shit was a D. I got excited because I heard guitar and I heard cowbell and I heard drums. I heard some interesting musical elements, but they did nothing with it. They just did it. Generic riff, generic bass, generic drums. They just got a rock band and say, hey, play something. We'll put it in the movie. We'll do it. Just play something. And you know what? Probably works in context. It gets your adrenaline pumping. But when we're comparing it with openings, it's not really living up. And to be fair, this isn't like an opening. This isn't for a show. There was credits there, but it wasn't really an intro. But I'll say, that would not get me excited to watch that movie. That would actually make me never want to. I've never seen this. So clearly it didn't work. But it would never. The shit was ass. See if we can get the redemption. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. Okay. Oh. What are these drums? Oh my god. Wait a minute. We're gonna run that back. I was gonna say I had I think 4 episodes of Ultimate Alien on DVD when it first came out. Because I was like, I'm gonna buy every DVD. I couldn't find every DVD, so I gave up very quickly. But I do remember this. But on contrast with the others, I want to hear it again. Right? Comes in, same orchestra that we have Ultimate Alien Force. But now you feel tense again. And it's sort of... And it's bringing you up to a level, I'll say it, in comparison, Alien Force went for a little long to do this. Ultimate Alien, I think, was short and sweet, and I think is cutting it right at the point where I would be like annoyed, right? Young Justice, the issue with Young Justice and a lot of shows that are in this era is that their intro was simply a logo, and that's it. And they wasted my time. Here, they actually give you an experience. They say, here's Ben 10, and then look at all his aliens, and then it builds the tension. It builds the tension, it builds the tension, it builds the tension, and then release episode. Simple as that, right? It doesn't do any of the cool theremin stuff. It doesn't have lyrics. It doesn't have the high-pitched voice. It's not doing any of this, so it's not outstanding, but it is far more interesting than what Alien Force is doing and what those goddamn movies were doing. So you know what? We're going to put Ultimate Alien. I'm putting this at a high B. It's better than you know what? No. Yeah. We're putting that at a B. That was good. That was good. I like that. That was good. That was good. That was good. Not outstanding. And I could understand the jump from original series to Ultimate Alien, tragic. But from Alien Force to Ultimate Alien is an improvement for real. It's genuinely an improvement. Just yeah, from a musical perspective. Let's keep going though. I thought honestly it was gonna just go downhill from here. I had no faith, if I'm being honest. So I'm very excited to see the rest of these. What the fuck? Oh shit. Oh, what the fuck? Ben 10 and the Ultimate Challenge. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? That sounds crazy. That is nuts. That sounds like a hip hop beat. That was kind of fire. I didn't even know about that. What is this? Ben 10 Ultimate Challenge. Should we count? It's in the video. Let's listen to it one more time. Again, musically, it's not doing really anything too crazy, not doing anything too outstanding. But that was just kind of tough. I guess we're gonna put that in the tier list. The Ben 10 Ultimate Challenge. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that right. I'm gonna put that right above Alien Force's Rage Bait. Next. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Ben 10 Franklin. We're not gonna rank that, but that was very funny. Okay, Ben 10, Generator Rex Heroes Unite. Oh. Okay. You're keeping the horns. Okay, that was all right. I thought they were gonna build to something interesting. They kept the horns, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, this is very generic. The horns, for some reason, I think they're trying to associate the horns of Ben 10. Nope, that's not a Ben 10 thing. That's a boring movie thing. I'm sorry. I do like the building of tension though. That's all right. Dang. And I've heard this crossover is really good. I actually never saw this. I used to watch Generator Rex. I think I saw a few episodes. Like it is. The thing is, I am a cartoon guy. There's just certain shows I haven't seen too much of. Ben 10, I think I've seen like a manageable amount. Like Ben 10 and Star Wars are the two things where I've seen like a manageable amount. Like I've seen enough to understand. I could probably explain to a stranger what it is and they'd understand. But I think if I'm compared to like a fan, I don't know shit. Like a legitimate real fan, like Kuro the artist, no idea. I have no idea what he's talking about. But that one was like meh. That one was honestly D. That was bad. That sucked. That was not good. That was not a good intro at all. Jeez. Gosh. After that, let's keep going. Ooh, Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens. 2012? That is Kid Ben, though. I actually thought this is a movie from the 2000s that I missed. I haven't seen it. I actually know not a thing about it. Has there been music? This is the most generic shit in the world. Yeah, music 3 niggas? No disrespect, obviously. It takes a lot of effort to make music. It is extremely difficult. But 3 people, and this is the intro? Come on. Yeah. Go, 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 go. Do, 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 do. Yeah. This is just like get people excited music. Alien sounds. Thank you. Oh my god. Like sort of like weird synth. Is it done? Oh my god, bro. We heard a little bit of some alien sounds. A little bit of some alien sounds. After like a good while of like generic dun 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 dun. And I didn't even put it there. Let's go fast. That one, for having even a bit of alien sounds, is gonna go here. Is gonna go right in C. But that was very disappointing. I saw Young Ben again, because so far it looks like Young Ben has the best ones, but it seems like as time went on, they stopped really caring about what was going on musically. There was a little bit of alien sounds, and I liked that, but come on, guys, what are we doing? Like, we got extremely generic very quickly. We had a strong identity to start with, and we just went into some complete generic shit. So let's keep going. Let's hope for some redemption, y'all. They're shitting me. I was just talking shit, and they had to surprise me like that. I apologize. Team behind the music. I'm sorry that I even dared. First up, let's establish where that is. Let's establish where that goes. That's S. That's an easy S. That might be the best thing we hear all day. I'm just gonna say it right now. That might be the best one we hear all day. That's outstanding. We're gonna break down why it works, and we're gonna break down why it's so good. Oh my god. Omniverse. I couldn't even like look at the words. I've definitely heard a version of that. Slipped my mind. I think I was so brought down by the doom and gloom of the other ones that I forgot about this one. I haven't heard it in English though. I've heard a French version. I have never heard it in English, and I think actually in English it sounds a lot better. But yeah, we're gonna break this down. Sorry, we're gonna. that part is already so good. That part is already like it's literally just the beginning, and it's already so like again. Back to what we were saying at the beginning, the theremin, the reason why that specifically, not just the instrument sounds strange, but it's the notes that are being played, right? Those are notes that make you feel tense. There are notes that make you feel like it ends on sort of like a weird tense, dark moment. Here, they're taking the same principle, but flipping it. They're making it a lot more fun, they're making it a lot more exciting, and they're making it a lot more adventurous, right? Listen. Like it just grows, right? They're doing the same thing that they've been doing, building tension, building it up in an instant, and immediately giving you the conclusion with these pop punk rock drums that come in. They are finally, I'm realizing that they got, I'm gonna be real, I have no idea why there's 2 bands. Here, literally, they're going back to their roots for a season that clearly has been going back to his roots. And it's, oh my God, musically, it just really, and this is only the first few seconds. That's the thing, it's only the first few seconds. Let's, right? Oh, and they bring the high pitch. Wait a minute. They bring the high pitched vocals with the sort of, I wouldn't even call it strenuous because those vocals do sound better than the ones in the Race Against Time one. But they have high pitched vocals mixed with older sounding vocals to again represent the young and the old. That is beautiful. Oh my God. This is the last time I find this. That's good. I just love that. We're taking away the. That's good. Using the but bringing in such a high pitch where it doesn't sound so threatening because it sounds cute and it sounds a little like, rocky. Sounds like a keyboard, and less like a strange alien device like a theremin. But I do really like that part where they take away the instruments when they're like, because even the drums match that, right? So if you listen, right, snap, da 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 da. And they're playing with time and they're playing with rhythm, and that allows you to get even more excited. Again, they start at 10 and they keep it going till the end. No pun intended, by the way, with that. Geez, that was good. S. Again, like I said, let's keep going. Okay. Is this a special intro? Or did they use that for every episode? Because if they did that for every episode, I'm gonna say that shit was not hard. I think what worked really well at first was the mix between rock, which was Ben's roots, and then the alien synths. Here, it's alien synths and then more synths for EDM, which doesn't really hit as well. It sounds fun. Also, they do some very strange decisions musically there, where the patterns don't really add up. So even though that is a S, we're gonna put this one at A because all the purposefulness, all the beauty of this one, even like the ooh 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 ooh. Yes, it sounds like a theremin. It doesn't musically, but would it have hit as well if we didn't know what it was doing? Right? Would it have communicated the ideas of aliens and alien music to us? Not really, because it sounds like a club remix, which is totally fine and it sounds good, but for the purpose of ranking intros, doesn't really fit, I think, the agenda we're trying to set. But it's not bad, though, because, again, it's an A. Look at everything else that's below. The B things in B are, honestly, mercy is what I've been showing them. But let's keep going. Galactic Monsters. Oh. Yeah, mess with the pitch, the frequency. Yeah, mess with the notes and the keys. Yep, okay. Galactic Monsters, that's cool. Yeah, we're not going to rate that differently. That's literally the same song with them just messing with the pitch and messing with the frequency, which is what you should be doing for something like this. That's super cool. Because, again, it makes you be like, it's freaky. It's literally using the reason why. That's fire. That's more of a reason for the original to be an S, for that one to be an S. Because it is using the original purpose, the original idea with the theremin, right, with that 1950s movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and it's applying it to Ben 10. It's saying, you know what's freaky? Monsters. There's already aliens. What's freakier? What if the aliens were constantly shifting pitch, right? And it doesn't even sound that bad musically, right? It sounds unsettling. It sounds bizarre. You wouldn't listen to it at a concert, but it doesn't sound improper. It sounds like the show. It sounds recognizable. It sounds like the show you're expecting to watch, but something's off, which is the point of this season special, whatever it is. That's really cool, though. I like that. Oh, again, with OG audio. Okay. Yeah, and then the mountain. Yeah, the dubstep thing. They'd also remove some of the rhythm. Not messing with it. Unnecessary variant.
He's a kid and he has a cool watch that lets him shoot lasers and he's really, really strong. Clyde 5, he has all kinds of awesome powers.
What are you doing?
It's my superhero theme song.
This is so
When there's
stupid.
danger around, he fights really hard, Clyde
That
5.
doesn't even rhyme.
Because you threw me off. Just let me finish. Clyde 5.
It's a good gag. It's a good gag. We're not gonna rate it, obviously. Next. Oh, the reboot. Okay. Ooh, bringing back the theremin. It's all right. It's all right. You know, it has the, I think, like post 2010s cartoon problem, which is the intros are way too fucking short. Except for really good ones. Shows like Our House Amphibia, they absolutely cooked with the intros. Even Glitch Text did really good. But you know, this wasn't really, it's really nothing. It's fine. But what they're doing musically is a lot more interesting than what some of the other intros were doing musically, right? They came in with the dun 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 sort of similar melody, reminding you of the original because it is a reboot and it's playing on your knowledge on an original series if you're a returning fan. Obviously, if you don't know what Ben 10 is, if you're a kid and you're just figuring this out, this doesn't mean anything to you. But it gets straight into it, right? It's using the theremin the whole time. Basically, it's using it the whole time, which I was worried here in the beginning. I thought they were going to go with generic horns and stuff, but clearly, because this reboot is not as serious, I think, as the other series, they're like, no need for horns, and surprisingly, this is when they're using their most interesting musical element, the theremin. So I'm glad they brought it back. People don't like this reboot, so I know this is going to make people mad, but this is B. This is high B. This is better than Ultimate Alien. It's better than Alien Force. It's better than all that shit. At least musically, I've never seen this reboot. I heard it's really good. I heard there's lore eventually. That's not what makes the show good, but you know. But again, it was doing some interesting stuff musically. And that's what really matters, in my opinion. You know what? And I'm glad we're nearing the end, and it seems like they're going this direction because we only have a few left, and I think they're all reboot related. So let's just jump into it. Okay, is this gonna be something different musically or just visually? Nope, not that same thing. Also, the name call Ben 10, it's iconic. That's almost as iconic as the idea of his character, right? When you expect the show, you expect that, so they're always gonna have it. Okay. If it's the same shit over and over again, I'm not gonna be ranking it. Like the little call, like the Ben 10. What even is the difference? What happened? Season 3. Is it the same thing? Oh, his watch looks different. New aliens. Nope. 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 What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Oh, I know that Sword. Was that Raph? I actually do know that one. Oh, he took a selfie. That's cute. Season 4. Okay, watch it different again. I'm cutting this. There's no way this is in the video. Oh, Jet Ray. That's cute. They're doing different stuff for you. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck were they wearing? Were those Power Ranger suits? We're not going back. Ben 10 versus the universe. Oh, is this the same thing musically? If it is, I'm not rating it. It is. For a movie, though, I guess if it was a TV movie and not like it wasn't a movie that they were taking seriously. Was that Kevin? That's not even gonna be in the video. Okay, Ben 10,010. Oh, sort of a. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. Wasn't doing too much alien stuff musically, but the like sort of you know, showing the intensity of it, because I assume this is a very action-packed special movie, whatever, in a mainly comedy-focused series, so makes sense that they're saying, let's bring in the intensity, let's bring in the orchestra, let's bring in the rock, let's bring in what we are bringing in for the first series. That is actually really cool. I like that a lot. Again, not doing anything mind-blowing, but I'm going to say for the same principle, yeah, we're going to put it in A. We're going to put that one in A. So, yeah, wow. That was, I quite like that, I'll be honest. Surprised me, Reboot. I thought we were going to go with the same sound the entire time. I don't know how many I kept in the video, but there was a lot of it. There was a lot. Next. Ben 10? Oh. This seems to be the same musical elements of the last one, just shortened. No, but this is a whole intro. Like Generator Rex? Gen 10? I thought they were like Generation. I need to watch that. Chat, what is that? Chat, storytellers. Someone tell me in the comments. What the hell is Ben Gen 10? We are going to rate that because that sounded differently musically. It ended up changing. It sounded... I was going to say... It sounded a lot more... Oh my god. Wait, I need to... I was gonna say it sounded a lot more surfer rock, right? But I think what they were trying to do was emulate the Generator Rex theme song musically, through whatever, you know, instruments and sounds they have available for this reboot, which didn't sound very good. It sounded a bit garage bandy, and not the idea of a band in a garage, but the application garage band. But it was not bad. It was not bad at all. I am glad they tried something new and something interesting. I'm not going to say it's great. So I'm going to put it... I'm putting that shit right here. Right above Alien Force. Actually, no, it's below Alien Force. I'm not even going to lie. I applaud them for trying something, but it wasn't that good. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the last one for the video. This is the last Ben 10 opening. Can it be the best one so far? Can they blow my mind again? Let's see. Theremin. Orchestra. Bring intensity. Jeez Louise, that was good. That was good, that was good. Did it blow my mind? Was it the best one so far? No. But it kept those orchestral elements, it kept that tension building, and it kept that theremin, which really matters, right? Because when we're talking about this series, when we're talking about Ben 10, it starts with a theremin. Its best tracks use a theremin to communicate aliens. It is clearly playing on our expectations of alien sounds. And here, it delivers. It really does deliver, because from what I know about Alien X, which is power scaling shit, bro is definition of an alien. He is literally an unknown, right? And I think that communicates it. And I assume Alien Extinction is all about Alien X, so there's goddamn eyes. But I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be A. It's gonna be A right there. Wow. Well, storytellers, here we have the final ranking for all of these Ben 10 openings. In D tier, we have Alien Swarm, the Generator X crossover here is United. In C tier, we have the 3D movie Ben Gen 10, Alien Force, Ultimate Challenge. In the B tier, we have Secret of the Omnitrix, Ultimate Alien, the Ben 10 reboot. In A tier, we have Ben 10,010, Alien Extinction, Race Against Time, the Omniverse Dubstep Remix, and the original opening. While in S tier, we have Ben 10 Omniverse and its many, many variants. Wow. Now I'll say this, before I started this video, I was familiar with quite a few of these. Obviously I had heard them in passing, but they weren't really stuck in my mind, and I wouldn't really know what I would think about them. Honestly, I would assume the reboot wasn't very good, musically based on how people talk about everything related to it, but trust me, I was surprised. And I was surprised to like Omniverse as much as I did. I've obviously heard it a few times, but damn, that is good. I'm probably going to listen to it right after this video is over. But yeah, that is the official ranking. Again, these do not dictate my opinions on Ben 10 the series. I haven't really delved deep into it, but if you guys would like to see me do a deep dive into Ben 10 the series, however that is, comment down what you want to see down below. It means a lot. I read every single one and I even respond to a few. But yeah, this is my rating. I would bet money that most of you disagree, and if you do, also put down in the comments your personal ranking of all the openings and your thoughts on what it does musically, maybe stuff I missed, maybe there's stuff that hardcore fans notice that I didn't notice that would make a difference. Let me know down below. And on my side, this was very, very fun because I got to learn something about the theremin and about music that I didn't know before. And, you know, analyzing these openings really made me pay attention to how it's used and what happens when it's not used and how much it may affect, you know, the narrative of Ben 10 just through the openings themselves. And hopefully you learned something as well. If you want to watch me watch and rank other openings for Super Sentai shows, then you can check out my Super Sentai Kamen Rider or Ultraman reactions, all on the channel. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep the conversation going after the video is over, you can join the Discord, link in the description, or catch me live streaming Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, 5:30 p.m. PST onwards. And storytellers, I hope all of you have a damn good one. Peace.